This is your girl, Miss Black Expat, and today I want to talk about eating and how I have been completely affected negatively by changing my eating habits from when I was in Uganda to the US. The one thing that I can say that I truly miss now that I'm in the US is the food in Uganda. Everybody asks me, how's the food? How's the food? How is the food? And I'm like, it's good. And I try to describe it and tell them that it's very natural. The way that it's made isn't with a lot of products or chemicals, not a lot of frying. Things are just cooked better. The nutrients are preserved. A lot of the food is very natural, down to the chickens, down to the fruit and the vegetables. Most of the food that I eat is farmed locally, minus all of the extra chemicals and processing agents that we use here in the US. So my body became very accustomed to those types of foods. So fast forward, now it's been over 2.5 weeks that I've been back in the States, and I've been eating everything under the moon. I remember telling myself that when I came back to the US, I wanted to try all this food that I missed. You know, I'm from Chicago, so there's places like Lawrence Fisheries, Kenny's Ribs, Harold's Chicken, Giordano's Pizza, places that you just cannot miss if you are a Chicagoan. And so I made it my due diligence to try not only all those places, but every single fast food place. Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King. I haven't tried White Castle or Taco Bell, but I've been eating out almost every single day. That's the other thing about, traveling back home to visit, is that you're never really settled. It's always a feeling of being on the go. And so because I'm always on the go, I eat on the go. And I eat a lot of processed fast food. I eat a lot of restaurant food that is not prepared properly. So without giving you too much of the gory details, I've been having a lot of issues lately. It really has taken me almost 3 weeks for my body to adjust to the different types of foods that I'm putting in my body. And now that my system hasn't been accustomed to this food in over 6 months, now coming back into it, I feel all the adverse effects of this food. That should tell us something as Americans, especially Black Americans, because in our communities, we're known to have high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, obesity, and things that are often attributes to the types of foods that we eat. And the way it makes you feel, I think because we're so accustomed to eating this food on a daily basis, especially if you have not left this environment and are used to eating these foods, you're not even aware of how much damage it's causing you. Even emotionally, like eating certain foods can be depressing. I stopped going to the gym. I've gotten lazier, and I'm just like, what in the world has happened? So how can you begin to eat healthier and to transition more effectively if you are in my position? Maybe you live in another country, and maybe you're coming home to visit for the holidays, and you want to try those good foods. What can you do to accustom your body to the transition of eating these foods? Well, for me, I feel that next time I need to make it more of a gradual transition. Maybe not eating so much of the fast food at once, overindulging in the fast food because I've missed it so many months, Watching the types of foods, if I do have to resort to the fast foods, maybe watching the types of things that I get from these places. Maybe instead of the burger, I get a salad. Or instead of the french fries, I get a baked potato. Just watch how the food is processed. Make sure the food is cooked thoroughly, because again, these foods are not really, these food places are using certain types of artificial meats in some instances, and things aren't not prepared properly. Try to still incorporate some of the foods that you were eating when you were in your previous country. I know that I was eating a lot of fruits and vegetables in Uganda, and I won't say stopped, but I have decreased the amount of fruits and vegetables that I eat, and I'm not as consistent with the amount that I eat. So drinking plenty of water, drinking natural juices, getting away from the pop. Yes, I said pop. I'm from the Midwest, so naturally I don't say soda, I say pop. And getting away from those things that are just damaging your body and just making you feel, the bloatedness and, just being lethargic and, no energy. So one other weird thing is I've been super hungry, like hungry in the morning. And it's like almost as if my body is not getting enough of the calories and the nutrients from the foods that I'm eating. And I don't remember that happening as often in Uganda. Like, okay, naturally, if I've gone into a new one without eating, okay, fine, I have hunger pains. But this is first thing in the morning. It's like, wow, it's just overwhelming. And I really think I attribute it to the fact that my body is not getting the proper nutrients. Wake up, you all. Everybody, just wake up. Start looking at the food labels. Start preparing your food on your own. Stop eating out of these fast food restaurants. And start approaching your eating habits differently. We have to take care of our bodies, take care of our minds, take care of our energy and our spirits. And we cannot keep overindulging in foods that are over-processed, that are not doing anything good for our bodies. And it took me to transition back to the U.S. to realize how detrimental these foods are. So this is just my little 2 cents on my experiences coming back to the U.S. and experiencing this food issue. I think I'm finally on track. I think I'm good now. But I know better for next time. I know that when I go back to Uganda, I can't wait to get back on my healthy eating kick, my fresh juices, my natural fruits and vegetables, not that much meat. Like I wasn't eating pork and beef a lot. I was just eating primarily fish. So I can't wait to get back to that because I just feel like us here are just oversaturated with these bad food products and putting them in our system. African Americans need to be more cognizant of that, and we need to be more aware of what we consume. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. You can like, comment, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next video. Be blessed and highly favored. Bye.